Grandpa Newbie reporting for duty with another test flight of a bare bones weapon. This time it's going to be the OG Minibak. The Minibak was a staple of Modern Warfare 2. Let's see how it does in Modern Warfare 3. And this whole bare bones series has proven to me one thing, that it's best to play bare bones with your weapon for several matches and then intentionally hang attachments on it to compensate for specific items that you find while using a bare bones weapon. Let's take a look at the numbers for the Minibak. The damage is pretty outstanding. Headshot at 46 to the gourd, 39 to the torso, both upper and lower, and 37 to the upper legs. Range could use a bit of an improvement. It's 11.7 meters, but we'll hold off on that till we test it bare bones. Bullet velocity isn't fast at 300 meters per second. Now the rate of fire, though, that's pretty decent at 652.2 rounds in a minute. It's the gun kick that really looks bad for this weapon, 52.83 degrees per second, and recoil isn't far behind it, especially the horizontal recoil at 19 degrees per second. Pretty average in the accuracy in terms of hip fire and tack stance for an SMG. Mobility slightly on the slow side, and the handling, ADS speed definitely on the slow side, but we're going to figure it out as we go through this bare bones exercise. Reload, not great. Sprint to fire speed, though, is something we can work with. And you know, I generally configure for 4 items: the ADS movement speed, ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and effective damage range. So those are the 4 things that I usually look at, sometimes recoil, but Grandpa has found out that the recoil numbers that are printed don't tend to match what you find when you get on the field of honor. Speaking of recoil, though, let's do a quick recoil test. All right, I'm not controlling the recoil from the hip. And it doesn't look that bad. Up is slightly to the right. How about ADS? Ironically, in the shooting range, the recoil looks worse when you're aimed down sight. But let's not guess. Let's get some facts. Let's take the bare bones OG Minibak onto the field of honor, see how it does for Grandpa and what it does to Grandpa's friendly enemies. The OG Minibak, the rusty Minibak on Rust, and there's the first attempt that showed no recoil. Well, it showed some, but it was easily controllable. Same with that one. So I don't know. That guy isn't prone there anymore. Grandpa's getting sleepy. Oh, there's somebody spawning in, and again, the recoil. So I don't tend to see the recoil in a match that you, oop, a little bit of miss. Let's see if we can dodge this guy. Yeah. Ooh. Sold him the farm. Comment below if you think that the recoil numbers printed are only for the shooting range, because I don't seem to experience them in game. So the Minibak has got a great punch to it, and I realize the range is a little low, but it's got 64 rounds, 65 was it, rounds in the 64, and the factory settings, and you really can't change that. So you can hold down on that trigger even with the range being what it is, and elder abuse, then he stepped on the proximity mine. And there comes somebody around. Grandpa wants to meet them. Somebody else may have already met. Oh, there he is. Boom. And boom. Somebody steps on the proximity mine. I feel guilty gacking somebody that's trying to kill a camper, but it's called free-for-all for a reason. Go, my child, do damage, bite somebody. Oh, I've switched to the cluster mine from the turret, because I think I can get more immediate kills. I don't know, I guess I didn't change from the turret. There we go. So we'll put out the turret. Oh, I know what I did. I switched from the VTOL. I gave the fighter pilot a rest. He's on vacation. I figure I'll get the cluster mine more often in free-for-all. Put down the turret. Hopefully it's GG's after that. Of course, that doesn't test the bare bones settings, but I'll be able to do that with some confusion added. It's a quad kill. You'd love to see that in free-for-all. Whoa. That guy's shooting real bullets at me. That's dangerous. Oh, I see somebody's derriere. Now their face. Ha. Oldest trick in the COD book, isn't it? I think the weapon is performing quite well in a bare bones. In fact, I don't know much I can do for it with an attachment at this point because it's absolutely raging. Just need 2 more gacks. Should put out the mosquito. We're up by 11. So maybe the mosquito's a bit of overkill. And we tossed it at him, and he's going to step on it, I think. Yep, he sure did. So there's a win. So this told me that the factory settings on the Minibak is an excellent weapon. It's excellent close. The recoil, we don't really see it. Or I didn't see it, or it's controllable. And remember, it was kind of up and to the right ADS. So one of the things I would really like to do, I think, is to work on the ADS speed. And if I'm not worried about the recoil, I can also work on the sprint to fire. All right, we're going into Das Haus. Looking for das Bratwurst und a Wiener Schnitzel. Or maybe a Zigeuner Schnitzel. And we just schnitzeled that guy. Again, I'm not seeing that recoil. But I am controlling it. Yeah, I'll admit that. But certainly, I would expect it to be a bit more difficult, especially that huge gun kick. Again, I'm looking for y'all's comments on this because I know a lot of you players are a lot better than I am out there. What do you think about the recoil? Yeah, that poor guy. Oh, I was going to wait till somebody spawned. I got gacked by the obligatory knifer. To me, knifing's an exploit in this title. In other titles, you have to be pretty good. And so I know probably the knifers are more disappointed. Person's not going to get more dead. There he is. Stayed with him. Didn't stay with him, though. Grandpa's getting behind, but it's not the fault of the OG bare bones Minibak. How do you say it? Minibak? Grandpa's getting winded. He's been running so much. Here we go. And you know what? I may also look at the movement speed to see if I could do something about the movement speed. But adding attachments, I keep saying, should be intentional. And I'll be the first one to admit that I would add them. Yeah, that was dumb. I would add them just as soon as they became available as I ranked up the weapon, thinking I'd go back later and change them, which I do in most cases, but, well, in every case now. But when I was new at COD, I didn't. I just let those things hanging on there without even really considering what I was doing to the weapon. And before, we didn't have as good a stats as we have now. So we can't take that deep dive look. So there's really no excuse in self-nerfing your weapon. Okay, my child. Mosquito child. Oh, somebody's coming after me. There's obligatory knifer, and he's Elvis. And we're getting towards the 3rd trimester of the game. Grandpa just needs one more gack, and that guy, yeah, he's a muppet in the back. Got him. But I'm sure there's somebody else that'll be willing to give their life for Grandpa. I think that the weapon bare bones Minibak is outstanding. Like I said, I'm going to work on movement, ADS speed, and sprint to fire speed, and I'm willing to trade some recoil for that. I'm willing to make it the recoil numbers look worse. So if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, a thumbs up. Always looking for your comments, and we'll see you tomorrow on the configured version of the Minibak. Cheers and peace to you.